Alrighty, good afternoon, everyone. We got a full house today. We've got all the chairs out. Look at that. Now, this is the kind of engagement I'm talking about. I'm not sure what's in store for today, but we're gonna work it out together, because that's what we do, right? We're family at the end of the day, like it or not. So we're gonna figure it out. Okay. Well, I would like to start with, before we get into the presentation and updates and such, I just wanted to share with each of you, I know we've had a lot of loss here at Aston Gardens over the last several months. A lot of Aston Gardens family that are no longer suffering or in a much better place, but we wanted to just make sure we extend our condolences. I know we've had a lot of loss, and we know that that's a hardship on everyone, and we wanted to make sure you knew that the leadership team here and your Aston Gardens family is here for you, and we extend our condolences. Okay? And I want a special thank you to Miss Mary. She's had a lot going on lately, and with her sister passing, and still was able to get the resident council minutes to me just in time to help with the presentation today. So she didn't let me down. Thank you so much for doing that in the midst of everything. Okay? All right. Well, I must say that we've had a big week. Reunited never felt so good. Right? Boy, did that atmosphere change overnight. So we are very excited to have our Villa members back with us and get back to a little bit of normal. Whoever can decide what normal really means. But I am truly thrilled that we are putting that behind us and we are moving forward. We had a great ceremony, reunion, toast to celebrate that. So we're really excited to move forward. And I just thought we would start off the meeting with that, right? Okay. I did just want to reiterate a couple of things. So we appreciate our Villa members, and I wanted to I spoke about this a little bit last meeting, but I wanted to reiterate it. That our Villa owners across the street, they are members, okay? It's kind of like a country club membership, but they are not residents of Aston Gardens, they are a member. So that's when we're speaking to them and they're speaking, you know, how we manage services with the Villa members is going to be a little different than how we manage services for you. So I just want to keep that at the forefront when you're having conversations and discussing items and such. Okay? So moving on, I have I'm changing it up a little bit in the presentation. We're going to start and give a big shout out to Lee and his team for a great Passover dinner celebration as well as Easter brunch. And I have a special guest that would like to speak to that real quickly, briefly, because we have a big meeting ahead here.
I just wanted to reiterate what an absolutely wonderful meal and dinner service it was, and I thank you, Lee, because it was outstanding. Many people attended. We had 36 people attending, and they were of different faiths, in fact, and people learned, and people enjoyed, and it was just fabulous. So thank you to the members who joined us, to the members who contributed, to Lee, to Jasmine, and to Katie, because the service was unbelievably good, and we thank you from the bottom of our heart because it was outstanding. Thank you.
So big shout out to the culinary department and the team that took care and assisted with that process, and you as the residents, because you also facilitated and taught us and educated us and helped us through that process. So thanks to you as well. moving on to our fabulous chef demo, we had another great turnout. We had to add an additional row this past month for chef demo. It just keeps growing, so we know food is another great presentation to get engagement going. Jasmine, noted, please? Yeah. And so I wanted to just remind everyone of our next one coming up. We'll find out the goodie surprise of what that will be May 29th. So stay tuned for the chef demo. And last but not least, I don't know if I'm excited to share this with you or not. So I think you'll get my little picture here. It's that time for a new exciting menu coming your way. All of us in the back are saying, say it ain't so, because we know when new menus come out, we're going to have what? Right, you already know each other. You already know yourself. We already know what's coming with new menus. But we're gonna try and do what we can.
Squirrel is not on the menu.
Yeah, squirrel is not on the menu, but we're all in the back of the kitchen going, oh no, it's that time of year again. No, we're excited. We all need change, right? Change is important. Change is healthy. The same old thing gets old after a while, doesn't it? Even though we're on a cycle already. It's nice to have change, would you agree? Yes. Good answer. Because guess where we're going next? What do we see in this picture? What's the theme? Change, right? Look how we've adapted and changed throughout the years. And guess what? You adapted. You changed, right? I got an even better one for you. Ready? What do you think about that? Now, if y'all haven't adapted to change, if you don't think you can adapt to change, I'm here to tell you, oh yes you can. I've never seen more iPads and iPhones and cell phones and gadgets than ever, right? So look, it is possible to adapt to change. Agree? Perfect answer, thank you. Okay, here we go. Here comes. So you know I have resident council every month. And our lovely resident council team members do a fabulous job coming to the table, vetting your concerns, questions, comments, compliments even. Okay, so one of the big things at resident council this month, and I know I've been hearing it outside of resident council, I'm on the naughty list. A lot of y'all are not happy with Allie, and that's okay, but we're gonna talk about it and get through it together right now. Ready? Oh, one more thing I forgot. Progress is impossible without change, right? Good. So let's talk about these aisle corridors, elevator, hallways. Oh my goodness. You would have thought I had just ruined everything by taking it all away. It has just been the end of the world as we know it. I'm sorry. But unfortunately, this is a change I need your help with. And I know you can do it because you've done it in the past, and we can do it again. There are reasons behind this. Okay? There's more than just making things feel homely and pretty, and everybody has their own take on what they feel is tasteful, what they feel looks good. I honestly believe some of the lobbies were just donation areas, to be honest, you know, and so it was concerning. And then we were having some concerns and comments because some of the things were also a concern when it comes to emergencies, safety, fire evacuations, the EMTs, the EMSs come to us. So there's a lot more that goes into it than just Ally saying this has gotta go. There's reasons behind decisions that are made. And I'm sorry that they weren't to your liking, but I also have a job to do, and I need your help and support in adapting to that. Okay? We've gotta get the buildings back to a more clear space for safety, for cohesiveness, okay? When the designers came in and designed, they had a specific design, and that's the way we want to try to get back to. I know some of you don't like that design, and I'm not saying I do either, but I also have to follow the rules and try to get it back to some consistency across all buildings, all hallways, all corridors. So I need your help with this, okay? At this time, we're leaving everything as is. We've already had a few more donations surprise up in the corridors that we've had to address, and we will continue because it's not a place to donate your items that you no longer need in your apartment, okay? That's not where they go. So at this time, we need them to remain clean and clear of objects. I want to talk about updated for housekeeping and maintenance. The fire sprinkler repair is complete. We also found during resident council there was some mention about the Tiburon view and their lack of. We've spoken to Ritz-Carlton several times. If any of y'all have a connection, and would you please let me know and we can go together, because we're not having much luck getting them to help us clean up the area back there that's on their side of the fence. We need their help, and they're continuing to refuse to do it. So, but meanwhile, while we were back there again checking things out, we did see an irrigation problem, so we have resolved that, and we hope the grass will start to come back in building 4 behind the building there, so we'll keep an eye on it, but that's been fixed. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but we've had a lot of extra projects that Jim and his team have been working on, and I wanted to just highlight some of that because I think we forget that there's other duties besides the work orders. There's other duties besides the life safety tasks that have to be done, but there's bigger projects that they also do. So they're very busy, and I wanted to highlight. They've been power washing. We've been working on the AL front entrance. Jim knows assisted living. Jim knows that one of my pet peeves is the white fence, when it has that rust colored look on it, just like on our poles. You know, as you come in, it drives me crazy. So we found some extra magic, and we're able to help power wash that area. The main clubhouse entryway has been power washed. The guardhouse, it needed a new door, even though we don't use it, it needed a new door. So we got that done, painted some of the yellow poles, just trying to help with that front entrance there. We've done some landscaping in various areas. We were doing a little more, a little at a time. We've done the exterior common area signage. We cleaned those again already. We completed our first quarter of the AC filters. So our guys have been busy. And we've had some team members on vacation, and they've still been able to get the job done. So I wanted to do a shout out for that. Thank you, Jim and the team, for working on that. I want to talk about ongoing projects that we're continuing to do. So there's a terrace in assisted living. They have a little area where they can also go outside, and that terrace we had to remove, repair, replace certain areas of it, and now it's in the finishing stages of being painted. It looks fabulous for our residents over there, so that'll be great for them to go out and enjoy again. The radon install is still in progress. We're going to talk about that at the end of the presentation. I'm going to keep going with this now, but I know there's some questions about that, so we're going to get to that in a moment. We've been working on re-stenciling of the covered parking spots. So you'll see some of the spots have been re-stenciled. There is a little bit of a challenge, cause some of the parking spots, the stenciling is different size than what we have, so we're trying to figure out how we can get additional sizes, cause it wasn't all done at the same time, or it's been redone with different stencil sizes, so it is a little bit of a challenge, but we have started working on it. The smoke detector battery change out, we're working on a plan for that. We've been refreshing lobbies and elevator corridors, touching up the paint inside and out. We've been working on, the front entrances, the exterior. I talked about the landscaping, the hallway light bulbs. So I know this has come up in resident council and it's come up in our walks. Jim is very much aware. The problem is a little bit of a light bulb situation. They don't make that light bulb anymore. Change, imagine that. So we have to change with it. And we're having to buy different wattage. Well, of course, when you do that, it doesn't match the current wattage, and Allie can't stand a cool and a soft. It's gotta all match. So therefore, we're gonna have to take them all out and then replace, and then, you know, it's a little bit of a puzzle, but we are aware and it's on our list and we're working on it. Speed limit signs are ordered. They're here. We're gonna work on an install date for that, coming soon. But I don't feel like the signs are still gonna be enough. And in my gut, I don't feel, no matter I could put a 5 mile per hour and they still wouldn't follow it. So we're gonna work on getting additional speed bumps added to the parking lot, especially there on by 6 and 7. It's like a racetrack sometimes. I know, firsthand. So we're gonna work on adding some speed bumps there, and then we're gonna look at other areas throughout the campus and hoping that will help also bring attention to slowing things down. And then I know this has been a request for a little while. We still have it on our list, but the bench seats out in the putting green, we wanna raise them up a little bit so it's easier for getting up and down because they are a little low when we're out there playing putt-putt. So those are some busy items that we're working on amongst the life safety task orders and the other work orders that come our way throughout the day. So, the woodpeckers are back, have you noticed? They're woodpecking like their life depends on it, right? So, I wanted to talk about it for a minute. I will, but I do want to give an exciting update. I heard that we're so close to an agreement on the roofs. So that's the best news I got to tell you, but that's better news than I had to tell you before, right? We're so close. We do have some pavers. This was brought up at resident council too, and we were aware of some other areas, but we're gonna add this to the list to work on getting a bid as well for some pavers that we wanna replace with actual concrete slab. So we're working on a bid for that. We're coming up on our annual tree trimming project, we are aware, so just so you know, that's on the books to get scheduled. And just as a reminder, the woodpeckers are protected. Even if they're building a nest or having babies or even during their regular activities. I got this directly from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. And unfortunately, I don't have the manpower to go up there and fix holes every time the woodpecker pecks a hole. That's just not feasible, you guys. So we have to wait through the season and then look at reviewing the damage, which we already see a lot of the damage, but there's gonna be more. So we have to kind of work through it because they are protected. But we're seeing what other options we have with the Fish and Wildlife, just so you know we are aware. And we tried to scare one off yesterday and we scared it to the tree, but then it went right back when we left, so it didn't work. They aren't afraid of us. But Jim and I were out there trying. Hello. So I just wanted to highlight some pictures here. Look, I got a picture of Jim pressure washing. No, he was cleaning the poles, excuse me. But he's been pressure washing all day today. I told him he had to go home and clean up before town hall, because I didn't want him in here wet and stinky. But look at that fence. No more of that irrigation water rust you see. There's the parking spots where we've been re-stenciling. The walkway here, between building 6 and 7, Look at those poles. You don't see that water did you notice?
Yeah.
Okay, good. A brand new door. This door drove me bananas because it was so rusted at the bottom and looked terrible. So we got that done. The signs were cleaned again. This is the terrace I was talking about in assisted living, and our yellow poles as you come in on the Immokalee entrance there. Some painting. There's Brom doing his best with a big old smile on his face, helping us out, repainting all of that, making it look so much better and inviting, and we're working throughout all the buildings. Great job to the team there. What about our sock hop last week? We had a special Elvis impersonator come, right? We had some great fun with our little sock hop social. It was a good time. I always love seeing Miss June and what she's gonna come up with next. Yeah. What's new in May for programming? We've had some special requests. We love it. We're excited. Pictionary, indoor bocce ball. So in resident council, it was brought up about somebody, offering to donate for bocce ball if we could get a court. And thank you very much for that generous donation. But right now, that's just not in our forecast. But we're going to try something new in May for indoor bocce. So if you're interested, please come and enjoy and see what it's all about. We're introducing a new creative writing poetry club, chess with Hannah. We already have Wii bowling, but now we're going to try Wii golf. Any golfers in the house? We're going to see what you can do with Wii golf. We also have added 2 bus trips to the park across the street. It's a nice time to go walk around the park or just sit or see the butterfly garden. They have a lot of different things over there. So Jerry is offering to assist and go and facilitate, participate with us twice a month with that process. So look forward to signing up for that and at least just getting out and going next door for a little fresh air, if nothing else, to a different site and a different view. And then she's also going to teach us how to make chia seed pudding. So that should be interesting. I don't know how to make that. And then please make sure you put on your calendar Cinco de Mayo. It's coming up May 5th. We're going to start the party at 4 o'clock, tacos and margaritas in the dining room. Okay, so come join the fun. Some other fun things that we have on the list. We've started our own resident-led karaoke. We're going to continue that. It's coming up this week. We have Kentucky Derby pre-party. Any Kentucky Derby fans, horse race fans in the house? 1, 2, 4? Wow, 5. Okay. Bill Hyatt is introducing us to a doo-wop video music session in the tavern, so we'll get to see what that's about coming up, something new. Looky there, May 8th. Now listen, I know y'all got the golf game going, and these cornhole players are pretty tough too, but you ain't seen nothing yet, because we're going to start practicing, because we've got 5 days. We're going to start practicing, so we got a little time to get prepared and ready, because you can't beat the staff every game. You got to let us win a little. The golfers wouldn't let us win none. They wouldn't even give us a handicap. So we'll see how the cornhole goes, but I'm trying. If we can't win, at least I can talk the talk. Try boost us up. We have Mother's Day tea party and flower arrangement coming up, a strawberry festival, something new, cocktails and mocktails with Katie, the new popular in demand. We've got crafts throughout the month, so please look at that. Please sign up. There's different crafts, different varieties. This one looked like a lot of fun, so I wanted to highlight it. We are gonna have a Memorial Day service on Tuesday the 27th. And I'm super, super excited about this next one, May 28th. Did y'all ever watch this game show back in the day, the Newlywed Game? Well, how about Aspen Gardens? We have a happily ever after game with the married couples that have been together for so long. Let's see how you really know each other, shall we? We're gonna get all the tea. We're gonna learn all the tea about our couples. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So we're excited to bring that, and hope you'll look forward to coming, and we'll hopefully get some volunteers that'll be okay with spilling the tea. I think it'll be fun. And then we're gonna have a birthday celebration. I know this is something that we haven't had in the past, and we wanna bring that forward. So we're gonna start having a monthly birthday celebration for all our birthdays recognized. It's a great day, and we're gonna do a big celebration monthly. So we're gonna continue that moving forward, okay? So we're trying to bring new things, fun things, things to get you excited. I know the survey hasn't really gone over too well, so we're gonna regroup on that and figure out a different way to maybe try to get some information. But I hope that you'll look at the calendar, pick some ideas out of things, and if you have ideas, let us know. The Recipe Club, we're meeting again May 23rd, that's coming up in May. And then I wanted to just speak about this for a quick moment. We do need your help with this. These activities that we plan, you know, we have to have space, we have to have chairs set up, we have to prepare ahead of time. If we need to buy things in advance for the crafts, if we need to plan with the bus driver, seating, do we need the big bus, do we need the small bus? There's a reason behind why we need the sign-up sheets and why we need you to sign up. And if you're gonna sign up, make sure you're gonna be able to commit because of those things. Right? If you're not gonna be able, if something comes up and you're like, oh, I signed up for that, but I can't go, that's okay. Let us know those, so we can cross your name out and let someone else attend. But it is important. There's a lot of planning, preparing that needs to go into this. We don't wanna be doing last minute type setup. So please help us, sign up. If you can't attend, that's okay. Just let us know so we can take you off. Fair? Okay, and we put out the weeklies, we have the announcements, we have the calendar. We've even been doing reminder calls to some saying, hey, don't forget you signed up for this, but we can't keep doing that for 256 IL residents. We just don't have the manpower to call everybody. So please help us with these communications. If you signed up, remember you signed up, come participate. If you can't, let the front desk know, or let Jasmine know, or sign, or cross your name out. In addition to all that fun, we've got more transportation, okay? And I wanted to just put it all out there because I don't think you recognize how much we're really doing when you have it spread out on a calendar. But when we put it on a list, there's a lot happening there. And I wanted to bring that to your attention. We've got a lot of different places we're going, a lot of variety of options. If there's something you want to see in addition for next month, let us know. But we have a lot of transportation provided and a lot of options. So please look over the calendar and sign up. I do want to talk about this briefly because we've had a few comments. It came up at resident council and I've been made aware as well. So, you know, I do want to explain something with the tram. We operate, there are certain hours, right, that we operate based on the needs of the community. So, Sunday, we had an issue, it was Sunday night, okay, we only provide brunch. So we're coming up, we're bringing you to brunch, and then after 2 o'clock, there's not a lot of back and forth, except for the resident-led activities that you facilitate. So we only need one tram driver. However, when emergencies happen, That takes precedent, right? Security, that tram driver is going to attend to that emergency. So I had a group of people that were very upset because not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before, we had an emergency. And it was a pretty serious emergency. The resident ended up in ICU. That's how serious it was. Our tram driver was the only one here. Bunko was over, and there was no tram service coming, and the residents got upset. And I heard about it, and so did a lot of other people. Please help me. This doesn't happen often, thank goodness. We don't want those kind of emergencies happening often. But we have to be more understanding that sometimes things are going to happen that are out of our control, and that our employees have good intentions. Our tram drivers are pretty responsive, and they do their best to come, attend, service you. So if they're not coming, there must be a reason. And that's the kind of mindset I need us to have. Instead of going right to the negative, something must have happened, I hope everything's okay, I'll figure out a different way. Because this security driver was in the middle of an emergency for an extended period of time. Helping the EMS, helping this resident, helping this family situation, okay? And you would want the same thing if you were in those shoes with that emergency situation, right? So please, I need your help with being a little more understanding and think something must be going on, they're not responding, there must be a problem, okay? Because if this was happening all the time, if this was happening every week, every day, yes, that's a pattern, that's a problem for me, and absolutely, I need to look at it differently. But I know that's not the case. I see the good intent with the team here, and I know their intentions are well, and they were at the right place where they needed to be to assist that situation. We had another situation brought to my attention that one Saturday afternoon, the front desk was just all lights out at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, unfortunately, there was an emergency situation that came about with that front desk person. But I'm not going to blast that into a broadcast for everyone to know. The front desk is usually closed by 5 p.m., right? So I think we can withstand 2 hours without a front desk person due to an emergency situation. After all, this is independent living. And we do have security here 24/7, and we have a phone that you can call. But if I don't have something that you're used to, please think there must be a reason behind it. And there was. It was another emergency situation, and when emergencies happen, you kind of drop and go. It's not something where, oh, let me plan, let me get a notice out, let me do something. No, you're in a different mindset when emergencies happen. And I need your help. Because we come with frustration and anger, and it's not like this happens that often. Please, I spoke to this at resident council. I'm asking the ambassadors, when you get this kind of feedback, to redirect it in a positive way, because we have to have that positive mindset. Okay? Emergencies happen. Trash. Oh my goodness, I heard about it all weekend. I know, I was living in a building and it was bad, but there was a mechanical issue with the compactor. So there's reasons why it's not happening. It's not that my staff don't want to attend to it. There must be a reason, because that doesn't happen that often. There must be a reason. I'm going to go and put that in every building. I'm going to go find a sign. There must be a reason. Because there was a reason. I can't fix a compactor. And I'm sorry. I didn't want to go building by building and drag trash out myself and figure out what to do with it. So we had to wait until we could get the compactor fixed. And it was fixed and it was resolved on Sunday. But we need time. I need you to have a little more patience and understanding. There must have been a reason, because this isn't normally like this. Because it's not, because I live here. I know. Okay? Look at that classic car show. Boy, was it a great turnout. Look at the fun. They had a great time. The hot dogs were the best hot dogs in the universe. We just need to have hot dogs all the time. We kind of do, I know, but yeah. But
I made them myself.
they were really good hot dogs. So we do have a little surprise for you. I'm gonna put a resident on the spot, but we do have a surprise coming up in May. It's not on the calendar because we wanted to keep it top secret. Okay, you ready for the surprise? We have Mr. Kerry Silver has his own special auto collection that he is so kindly gonna allow us to come see this month. So we're gonna plan a bus trip or two over to his collection. So May 8th at 10:30, special top secret edition of more classic cars that we can see. Thank you, Kerry, for sharing your collection with us. I'm excited to see it myself. All right, we're almost done. Jim, it's getting hot in here. Whew. All right, I'll try to go quick with this one here. Just want to let you know we've added some new team members, some new faces. You're going to see Miss Linda over here in the corner. Hi, Linda. Yay, I'm so excited. She's my new HR specialist. So we're so excited to have her here. We have Karen, who you've probably already met at the front desk. She's helping us out so that Hannah can help us with Jasmine and kind of split that up a little. We have a team member in assisted living we hired this month, as well as a new maintenance tech, Carrington. So you'll see him around. Make sure you say hello. He'll be assisting us in maintenance. He comes with a wealth of knowledge and experience to be so young, so we're excited to add these team members to our team. All right, a couple more slides and we're done. I want to talk about this for a minute. We've had a lot of changes, right? This is back to my theme of change. Our care needs change from time to time. Our bodies change from time to time. And sometimes we may need a little assistance. Maybe we need a cane today. Maybe we need a walker today. Maybe we need a wheelchair today. And I know some of our residents need those things, but they get these ideas in their mind that, oh, that'll make me look stupid, or, oh, I'm not that old, I don't need that, I'm not ready for that. And then what happens? Boy, you guys know yourself better than you think. You fall, or you injure yourself more. I wanted to just remind everybody, it's okay to need a little help sometimes if it helps us get through the day and continue to get through our days. It's okay. And I wanted to bring that to your attention. There's no shame. If it helps you feel strong and confident and more sturdy, please use it. We want you to. We don't want you to fall and break a hip and then have to go to rehab and then you're really going to have to use it. That's not ideal. Let's get in front of it. Our friends at Discovery at Home are here. They can help with therapy. They can help make sure you order the right one that you need at the right height, the right size. They can help you with all of those things. Mary Beth can coordinate that. So we're making sure everybody is staying safe. Okay? So I just wanted to share one more thing, because I had a wise woman tell me just this week, I'm the same Nita whether I walk in or roll in. And I thought, Nita, I gotta use that in my presentation.
I know full well you'll all agree. You've always heard about pride. Well, really, pride really here goes before downfall. Don't be proud. And for gosh sakes, accidents happen, but don't move anybody's walker. Don't say, oh, I'm in a hurry, move that walker so I can go faster. That's cruel. It happens. You don't mean to be cruel. You're in a hurry. And with canes, I tell people every time, if you had one with those toes on it, you'd be better off. That one cane, when it goes, you go. But with the feet and the little toes, you got a better chance. And I'm not selling canes either. There you go. There you ago, but anyway, thank you.
But I thought that was very true. That cane and that walker and that wheelchair, it doesn't change who you are. You're still the same person whether you got that assistive device or not. So don't be ashamed to use it, because that's not changing who you are. Okay? But I thought, Nita, I gotta use that. It's perfect timing. So thank you. All right. And with this quote here, I just wanted to say, if you are around people that make you feel ashamed, then you aren't hanging with the right people. Okay? That's all I got to say about that. Our next town hall will be next May 27th. Okay, 3 o'clock. And you know, we're at the finale, Allie's finale. I couldn't leave you without a little words of wisdom and encouragement about change, because we had to change ourselves over time and mature, right? So I just hope you'll consider some of these things that we talked about. You'll consider and recognize and realize you can adapt to change. It's possible. We can do it together in a kind way. I tried to give as much notice as I could about the furniture and the things that were coming, and I even sent out an extra message the night before with all of the stuff, labeling all the stuff that was going to be removed, so you could go get those items before they were removed. So there was a lot of communication about it. Okay, I'm going to bring Jim up real quick to talk about the radon units. Yeah. Okay, and we're going to be kind to each other, because I will adjourn the meeting if this gets unruly.
I want to remind you about change. It's so we've heard a lot of stuff about the radon units that have been installed on the first floor of all buildings 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I've heard that they're noisy and that they're ugly. And I actually had one resident tell me, actually thank us for having those installed. So I've heard those 3 things. Only one from that one resident, but a lot of they're ugly and they're noisy. We understand that. This is not Ally and I's idea to do this. This is something that we've been asked to oversee. This is from the ownership group. This is something that they want to do. They want to be proactive. So that's what we're doing. Once all the units are installed, approximately 3 to 4 weeks after that date, they will come in and do some testing. And if the levels are at a good level or below that good level, then we will start dialing down the fan speeds. When those go to low, you can barely hear them. But we cannot dial them back down until those tests are completed. Does that make sense?
And the install is still not complete. The install is still in progress for some buildings and some units.
So right now, we're finishing the electrical in building 5, and we're finishing the installs of the unit itself in building 7. So we're very, very close. As soon as they're all installed in 7, the electricians will follow. Or probably midweek next week, we should have it all wrapped up. We're close to it, if all goes well.
The people that do the installing are very kind, and they answer our questions, no matter how stupid our questions are. They ask us, they answer us, and the whole group, they finish my apartment, but the electricians are courteous, everybody is, I don't know.
Thank you.
Thank you for that, appreciate that. Okay. Yep.
Building 7, back to the fire alarms.
Uh-huh.
You were gonna do them all in 1 week, and then you didn't get them done, and you're gonna do 6 and 7 on Friday. And I don't think anybody ever got to building 7, because
We
I never
did.
heard an alarm.
Yeah, we did. We were careful not to set it off. So when we were testing the elevators, we were very careful not to set them off.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, so we had to tell you that we were gonna set them off just in case we did. But we were pretty careful not to.
Well, Lucy would have heard it if you set it off.
We know, yeah, I know.
I don't know that all buildings were so lucky on that.
All right.
Okay, so any other questions from the group? let me go back here, we'll start back here. Oh, no, you don't have a question. Thank you, I meant to tell you up front, I forgot, you should have stopped me, I'm sorry.
I think you were busy.
I was busy. Bill has an announcement. My apologies,
Just
sir.
a minute about the Employee Appreciation Fund. As we end this week, we'll be at the midpoint of our collection year. 6 months done, 6 months to go. For people that are newly resident, there's a suggestion, recommendation of $1.25 a day per resident, and that's like $37.50 a month. This money is collected by, controlled by, and distributed by we the residents. It's our program. And again, for the new people, we distribute sometime in late November in this room. And if you want to see a bunch of happy faces, come see these hourly employees get their annual check. It's a great time. So please don't forget us. And I will say to you that the collection box, which has a slot in the top to slip checks in, and the easy thing for us is checks, not cash, because we can deposit them remotely with a cell phone. That box used to sit on the front part of the counter out there, and now it is sitting between where all the menus are every day on the other side. So as you can, please do contribute. Thank you.